A man says, God told him the world ends on Christmas Day, built 10 giant wooden boats to save humanity, went viral with millions of followers, got arrested for causing panic, and now the whole world is watching to see if December 25th brings a flood or proves him wrong. Imagine waking up one morning and deciding to build a massive wooden boat because God spoke to you in a dream. That's exactly what happened to a mysterious man from Ghana who calls himself Ebo Noah, and his story has exploded across the internet, dividing millions of people between those who believe he's a modern prophet and those who think he's either mentally unstable, a brilliant content creator, or even an artificial intelligence creation. The wild part? As of right now in December 2025, we're just days away from his predicted December 25th doomsday, and the tension is absolutely electric. People are preparing to travel to Ghana. Authorities have allegedly arrested him, social media is going crazy. And somewhere in Ghana, 10 wooden boats sit waiting for a flood that science says is impossible. This is the complete story of Ibon Noah, and trust me, every detail gets stranger than the last. Nobody really knows who Ibon Noah actually is, and that mystery only adds to the intrigue. His real name is reportedly Ebo Enoch, though some sources claim different variations. He's from Ghana, possibly born in Takoradi in the 1990s, but even that information isn't confirmed. Some reports say he grew up in a Christian family with strong moral values, but there are zero details about his parents, siblings, childhood, or what he did before becoming famous. His educational background remains unclear. His marital status is unknown. Whether he has children, nobody can say for sure. Even his exact age is a mystery. This lack of information has led some people to seriously question whether Ibon Noah is even a real person, or if the entire phenomenon is somehow artificially generated content. Though the videos look incredibly realistic and people claim to have visited the ark construction sites in person, what we do know is that Ibon Noah suddenly appeared on social media platforms including TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube in early to mid-2025, posting videos that would eventually be viewed by millions across the world. In these videos, he presents himself as a self-proclaimed prophet who received a direct message from God. According to his testimony, God came to him in vivid dreams and visions, showing him terrifying scenes of the world's destruction. He described seeing endless rain starting on December 25, 2025, Christmas Day, continuing non-stop for 3 to 4 years. In these visions, cities drowned under rising water, entire continents disappeared beneath the oceans, and people desperately searched for shelter as civilization collapsed into complete chaos. God allegedly told him that this catastrophic flood would mirror the biblical story of Noah from the book of Genesis, when God destroyed the world with water and only Noah, his family, and the animals on the ark survived. But here's where Ibon Noah's story differs slightly from the biblical account. Instead of building one single massive ark like the original Noah, Ebo claims God instructed him to build multiple vessels. Different reports give different numbers, some saying 8 arks, others claiming 10, with varying descriptions of their size and capacity. Some sources suggest each ark can hold 5,000 people. Other reports claim the total capacity is 600 million people, which seems mathematically impossible given the actual size of the wooden structures shown in videos. Ibon Noah himself has stated he's building 10 arks total, with 8 reportedly completed and 2 still under construction as the December 25th date rapidly approaches. Starting in August 2025, Ibon Noah began documenting his construction process on social media. Videos show him in plain clothes, reading from religious books, sawing timber, hammering planks, painting wooden structures, and inspecting the progress with what appear to be local fishermen helping with the construction. The arks themselves look like large traditional fishing boats, rather than the gigantic vessel described in the Bible. They're built from wood using basic tools and traditional construction methods. The workmanship appears rough and unfinished in many clips. Some videos show the boats sitting on dry land in dusty fields. Others show them near water in coastal areas. The exact locations remain somewhat unclear, though most reports place the construction sites somewhere in the Ashanti region near Kumasi, with some boats also appearing in Takoradi and Elmina in western Ghana. What really caught global attention was Ebo Noah's unwavering confidence and urgency. In video after video, he speaks with absolute certainty that the flood is coming. He pleads with viewers not to ignore his warnings. He draws direct parallels to the biblical Noah, who was mocked and ridiculed by his neighbors until the flood actually came and destroyed everyone who laughed at him. Ebo warns that people will die if they don't take his message seriously. He claims that after the flood destroys most of humanity, only those aboard his arks will survive, and they'll be used to repopulate the earth starting around 2029. He insists the world has ignored all the warning signs, and that this catastrophe cannot be stopped or prevented. The rain will come on December 25, 2025, and it will continue for years, covering the entire planet in water just like in Genesis. At one point, Ibon Noah made an even more dramatic claim that stopped people in their tracks. He announced that animals had begun arriving at the construction sites on their own, guided by divine instruction, just like in the biblical story where animals came to Noah's Ark in pairs. Videos allegedly show goats and birds appearing near the boats, which Ebo presents as miraculous proof that his prophecy is real, and that even the animals sense the coming disaster. However, nobody has independently verified these animal claims, and skeptics point out that goats and birds appearing in rural Ghana where boats are being built is hardly miraculous. The viral spread of Ibon Noah's content has been absolutely explosive. His follower count surged past 380,000 across all platforms, with individual videos receiving millions of views, shares, and comments. People from different countries started discussing whether they should book flights to Ghana before December 25th. Prayer groups formed online to intercede for the world. Believers shared his videos frantically, begging friends and family to take the warning seriously. The phenomenon grew so large that people actually began traveling to Ghana to see the arks in person and secure their spots for the predicted flood. Some individuals reportedly prepared to leave their homes, jobs, and families to journey to Ghana and board these wooden boats. But not everyone was convinced, not by a long shot. The ridicule and mockery came fast and heavy. Social media users joked about whether the arks would have Wi-Fi, or if passengers could use Cash App while floating for 3 years. People asked if Netflix would work on the boats, or if there would be charging stations for phones. Others questioned basic logistics, like where thousands of people would use the bathroom for 3 years, or what they would eat and drink. The joke spread as fast as the serious belief, creating a bizarre mix of faith, fear, entertainment, and debate that consumed millions of online conversations. Scientists, meteorologists, and climate experts quickly weighed in with strong skepticism. They stated clearly that there is absolutely no evidence of any coming global flood. Modern weather prediction systems can forecast major weather events weeks, or even months in advance, and nothing in any scientific data suggests heavy rains starting December 25th, let alone rains continuing for 3 to 4 years. Climate scientists explained that such an event is meteorologically impossible. The Earth's water cycle doesn't work that way. There simply isn't enough atmospheric moisture to create continuous worldwide rain for years. They warned that Ibon Noah's claims contradict everything we know about weather, climate, and planetary water systems. Religious leaders also joined the debate, and they were deeply divided. Some dismissed Ibon Noah's prophecy outright as unbiblical and dangerous. They pointed to specific Bible verses that directly contradict his claims. In Matthew 24:36, Jesus clearly states that nobody knows the day or hour when the world will end, only God the Father knows. Any prophecy giving an exact date for the world's end contradicts Scripture. Even more importantly, after the Genesis flood, God made a covenant with humanity in Genesis 9:11, promising that never again would all life be destroyed by floodwaters. God literally promised no second global flood would ever happen. Religious scholars also reference Deuteronomy 18:2, which instructs believers to test prophets by whether their prophecies come true, and if they don't, that prophet was not sent by God. However, other religious figures took Ebo Noah more seriously. Bishop Ajaguraja, a well-known Ghanaian religious leader, publicly supported the flood prophecy, and even requested a seat on one of the arks. He warned Ghanaians not to joke about spiritual matters, and stated that he would be having serious conversations with Ibon Noah if December 25th passes without incident. His endorsement gave additional credibility to the movement among believers. Another prophet named Prophet Roja added fuel to the fire when a video of his resurfaced from October, where he prophesied that 2026 would be filled with heavy rain and devastating floods in Ghana. While Prophet Roja's timeline didn't exactly match Ebo Noah's, the similarity was enough to make some believers think multiple prophets were independently receiving the same warning from God. Then came the controversy that nobody saw coming. Residents of Elmina, one of the locations where an ark supposedly stood, came forward with explosive accusations. A local resident who lives near one of the wooden structures insisted publicly that Ebo Noah doesn't own that boat at all. According to this resident, the structure being shown in viral videos isn't an ark built to save humanity, it's just a regular fishing boat that community members built for normal fishing activities. The resident claimed that Ebo Noah is actually a content creator who moved into the area only about 3 months ago and started filming videos using other people's boats as props. The resident said his phone had been ringing constantly with calls from people all over the world asking about the ark, and he felt compelled to set the record straight. Another person visited the site, climbed onto the unfinished wooden frame, and posted video showing that only the base and inner floor had been constructed. He questioned how anyone could possibly survive in such an incomplete structure if it actually rained heavily, let alone for 3 years. This revelation raised serious questions about the authenticity of the entire operation. If Ibon Noah doesn't actually own the boats he's showing in videos, what does that mean for his prophecy? Is he deliberately deceiving people? Is he a talented content creator who found a viral formula and rode it to massive online fame? Or is there some truth mixed in with exaggeration and misunderstanding? The mystery deepened when mainstream Ghanaian media outlets reported they couldn't actually locate Ibon Noah or verify his identity. Even the exact locations of the arks remained unclear and inconsistent across different reports. Things escalated dramatically in mid-December 2025. Just days before the predicted flood date, multiple reports emerged that Ibon Noah had been arrested by Ghanaian authorities. The alleged charges involve spreading false information capable of causing panic and public disorder. Police reportedly acted because Ibon Noah's prophecy was causing genuine tension and fear across Ghana and beyond. People from various regions were actually preparing to travel long distances to board the arks. Some individuals were making life-altering decisions based on the belief that the world was ending on Christmas Day. Authorities determined that the situation had reached a dangerous level where intervention was necessary to prevent potential chaos, injuries, or worse outcomes if large crowds descended on the ark locations expecting salvation from a non-existent flood. According to social media reports, Ibon Noah faced 72 hours in police custody. Some accounts claim he appeared before a judge who asked him a pointed question that everyone wanted answered. What should happen to you if it doesn't rain on December 25th? Videos allegedly showing Ibon Noah's response in court circulated online, though the authenticity of these videos and the arrest itself remains somewhat unclear given the mysterious nature of this entire story. The arrest news spread rapidly across African media and social platforms, with reactions ranging from satisfaction that authorities were protecting the public from dangerous misinformation to anger that a prophet was being persecuted for delivering God's message. The timing of the arrest made the situation even more dramatic. With December 25th approaching rapidly, the pressure intensified. If Ibon Noah is right and heavy rains begin on Christmas Day leading to worldwide flooding, He'll go down in history as one of the greatest prophets who ever lived, and authorities will look foolish for arresting him. But if December 25th comes and goes without unusual weather, without floods, without any sign of the catastrophe he predicted, then Ebo Noah will be exposed as either a false prophet, a mentally unstable individual, a clever content creator who took things too far, or something else entirely. What makes this story so fascinating is how perfectly it captures multiple modern phenomena, all colliding at once. First, you have the timeless human attraction to end times prophecy and apocalyptic warnings. Throughout history, people have predicted the world's end countless times, and every single prediction has been wrong, yet each new prediction still attracts believers who are convinced this time is different. Second, you have the power of social media to spread information and misinformation at speeds that were impossible just 20 years ago. A man in Ghana can post videos on TikTok, and within weeks have millions of followers across continents. Third, you have the blurry line between faith and fact, between religious belief and scientific evidence, between spiritual conviction and critical thinking. The mystery of Ebo Noah's true identity adds another layer. Is he a genuine believer who truly thinks God spoke to him? Is he suffering from mental health issues that cause him to have vivid apocalyptic visions? Is he a genius marketer who understood exactly how to create viral content that would explode across social media? Is he someone who started with sincere belief but got carried away when the attention and followers started pouring in? Could he somehow be connected to the boats but exaggerating their purpose for dramatic effect? The lack of verifiable information about his background, education, location, or real identity makes answering these questions nearly impossible. What we're left with is an incredible real-time social experiment happening right now. As you're reading this, December 25, 2025 is approaching fast or may have already passed depending on when you're watching this video. The question that millions of people are asking is simple. Will it rain? Will Ebo Noah's prophecy come true? Will water cover the earth? Will those wooden boats in Ghana actually serve their divine purpose? Or will December 25th arrive as just another normal Christmas day, with families opening presents, eating meals together, and celebrating, completely unaffected by any flood? Scientists are absolutely certain the flood won't happen. Religious scholars point to scripture saying it cannot happen. Meteorologists see no weather systems forming that could cause even regional flooding, let alone a global catastrophe. But Ebo Noah's believers remain convinced that divine intervention doesn't follow scientific rules. They point out that skeptics always mock prophets until the prophecy comes true. Then, it's too late. They reference Noah himself, who spent years building an ark while neighbors laughed at him, until the rains came and those same neighbors drowned while Noah floated safely above the rising water. For believers who have taken Ebo Noah seriously, the stakes are emotionally and spiritually enormous. If the flood doesn't come, they'll have to wrestle with why they believed, whether they were deceived, and how to rebuild trust in their own judgment. If they've made major life decisions based on the prophecy, they may face serious consequences. For skeptics, if the prophecy fails as expected, it will confirm their view that critical thinking and scientific literacy are essential tools for navigating a world full of false claims and viral misinformation. The arrest allegations, if true, raise important questions about freedom of speech, religious expression, and government responsibility to protect citizens from panic-inducing false information. Should religious prophets be allowed to make apocalyptic predictions that cause genuine fear and potentially dangerous behavior? Or do authorities have a right and responsibility to intervene when speech crosses into causing public disorder? Different countries and cultures answer these questions very differently. Stay tuned, because in just days, we'll know the truth. December 25, 2025 will either be the day Ebo Noah becomes history's most remarkable modern prophet, or the day a viral sensation ends in embarrassment, controversy, and serious questions about the power and danger of social media prophecy in the digital age.